Stephanie, and when we say Stephanie, of course we mean Stephanie Bowles, who is with SA3 Wealth, and we are monitoring your savings and your wealth this morning as we're talking about usually 5 steps that you go over if somebody approaches you and says, help me with my money, let me be smart with my money. And one of those steps says we need to kind of look at your entire lifespan and kind of make sure you're ready towards the end with some long-term care.
Yeah, so whether you're young or whether you're retired, it impacts almost every family, because if you're just starting off in your career, we're talking about it of, you know, what's the plan for your parents? Are you going to be part of that financial picture? And if you're a retiree, it's part of the plan of what are we going to do if that day ever comes that you do need care. You know, what's the strategy going to be?
So it could be 2 different things, depending on how you are in your lifestyle. You might want to make sure you're saving up in case you also need to help your current parents, or when I get older, I want to make sure I'm set and ready to go so that burden isn't on somebody else.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, every family I come across has been impacted by some form of long-term care need in a family. Statistically speaking, 50% of retirees today, or individuals over age 65, are going to need some form of long-term care. So to not have the conversation, to not at least look at what impact that's going to have on a retirement, would be foolish. I mean, we all insure our homes in the event of a fire, and it's a very small percentage that may ever happen. So to take a look at, well, what would happen if we had a long-term care event? How are we going to address that?
Absolutely. And you
it's
said
important to just talk about.
It might not be the most exciting conversation,
it's not,
but it's an important one, as you were just saying, because you always want to look at the what if and make sure you're covered in case, well, eventually that what if in this circumstance will happen.
Right. So when I run a financial plan and we have a retirement strategy for what kind of income we're going to need at retirement, it looks great. And then we always want to put that, well, what if goes in there if somebody has a long-term care event, and that will typically deplete a portfolio of retirement very, very quickly for many reasons. 1, long-term care is very expensive. And 2, many times there's still a surviving spouse that still needs to continue their own lifestyle and their own expenses. So you may end up having a dual level of expenses now, where you're paying for your normal home, utilities, groceries, and then on top of that you may have an external nursing home expense in addition to that, which can be as high as $7,000 a month.
And you're saying $7,000 a month now.
That's today, right?
That's today. You know, I'm not going to hit that retirement or long-term care for quite some time. What's that going to look like 30, 40 years down the road? So
when we do encourage people to plan for long-term care, we do suggest planning for an inflation rate of about 5% a year.
Okay, so and plus the good thing is there's quite a few options today when we're looking at either our parents or ourselves. So that's a wonderful thing to know out there. But as you mentioned, again, it can be very expensive depending on which way it goes. So how do we start this conversation? What are some things we should be looking at? Or is it truly that individualized because there are so many options if someone's coming in to you and we're looking at those 5 steps, with this being one of them?
The nice thing is there are a lot of options now. 20 years ago you had traditional long-term care coverage, and if you didn't have that, then you self-insured, or you were on the Medicaid system. But now there's a lot more programs that are out there that people can use. So traditionally there's 3 ways people prepare for long-term care. If you don't address it at all, you're self-insuring. Basically, you're going to just pay for it out of pocket. And sometimes that is an actual strategy. You know, if you have enough wealth that you can afford to support a surviving spouse and support an external expense of long-term care, well, then maybe that's the choice that people set aside, you know, some money in an investment, and it's there for that rainy day in the event that they ever do have a long-term care need. Very few people in retirement are going to fall in that
able
category.
to do that.
Because, you know, they have enough money. They're kind of in that sweet spot where they have enough money that they can afford to retire, but they don't have enough for the extra expense of long-term care on top of that, and that where it wouldn't have a devastating effect on the surviving spouse. And then you have the extreme end of that, where, you know, or the progression of self-insurance. If you do end up going through your portfolio and you do end up going through your retirement savings, then you have the Medicaid system. And Medicaid is really designed for, you know, people who really have very little to no assets. So it's very hard to qualify for Medicaid. There's been some really tight laws designed to discourage people from transferring assets to heirs. To be able to qualify for Medicaid. So there's been some real discouraging laws too, and you really need some advice if that's the strategy you're going to try to do, is transfer assets. And protect a family member for a long-term care event. That takes forward planning because Medicaid can look back 5 years.
Okay.
So you've got to be kind of strategic if you are going to be doing asset transfers. And you do want to make sure you're doing it the legal way,
right?
Not Medicaid fraud. That would be bad.
Yes.
And then the third way is really to pass off some of that liability, pass the economic liability off with the transfer of either having a premium for long-term care or some other newer products that are out there now are hybrid long-term care products. Some of them are on life insurance programs where you can accelerate the death benefit of a life insurance policy towards long-term care. And you can usually accelerate 25% of a death benefit for a year, so it would last 4 years. So it's not a use or lose that way. If you use some of the long-term care and you don't use it all, the remainder would be a death benefit for an heir. So those are fairly newer programs that didn't exist 20, 30 years ago. And then you have what are called hybrid annuity products, which are similar to a fixed annuity where they have a guaranteed savings portion of it, but they act as a multiplier in the event that you need it for long-term care. So say you put in $50,000, you may then have up to $150,000 available towards long-term care. And if they're used properly, those benefits are tax-free.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah, if they're used for long-term care, a qualified expense, then they're not taxed benefits.
Okay.
So with some proper planning, even those who could self-insure, if they're strategic, they could be smarter than just paying out of pocket and get some tax advantages and use some leverage a little bit.
So what I'm hearing is there are options, but we need to start talking about it sooner than later. Even though we don't have a crystal ball and don't know what's going to happen down the road, we want to start thinking about that as soon as possible.
It is important because it is going to impact almost every family I come across. Everybody knows somebody who's had an experience with a loved one needing long-term care. Some firsthand with parents, some with spouses. So those who have had an impact personally are really the ones that see value immediately in doing some form of planning. So I would say learning from others' experiences would be valuable.
Yes.
But most importantly, have a family conversation. What is the plan? What are your goals and wishes? Have the conversation with your kids. Have the conversation with your parents if you're a younger person of what are their intentions, what are their wants. And get educated. We can get clients and viewers what's called the Long-Term Care Buyer's Guide. It's a great informative piece that's put out by some of the state bodies to provide education to consumers on long-term care. So we can email those to anybody a viewer who wants to see that. And we also do free reviews to see, okay, here's what you may already have now, or that topic is important. We want to look at kind of what our options are and give somebody an assessment as to here's a good starting point.
As you say,
have a conversation with your family.
Thank you. I was just going to say maybe that can help start the conversation because it might not be the easiest thing to bring up or talk about, but saying if you have some keynotes there or some assistance that you guys are able to look over things for individuals, it can be like, okay, here's our starting place. Now let's have that conversation.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, so if people want to reach out, we know it's part of the 5 steps of success that you guys do so you can have smart money and you're looking and utilizing it the best way. Here's some next steps to think about, but how can we get in touch with you so we can start this process?
Yep, so our contact information is on our website, SA3wealth.com. We're available by phone, email, free reviews. So
yeah, free reviews. Hello, SA3wealth.com. As we've shown you on our touchscreen, so many wonderful tools just on the website alone. But of course, you want to get with a specialist like Stephanie, who's going to teach you how to use your money the best way possible. So we are prepared for all those moments in life that are going to be coming up. All right, you're watching Iowa Live this morning here on CW Iowa 23. Don't go anywhere.